which is passed directly to your debug output. Okay. If you have some questions about second point question about UI using QML and C++, you asking this question now. I will wait a little, and if no questions, we just move next to more interesting questions. Because I know you're boring listening with easy examples. All of you know how to use it already. And this actually was used in my stream just to start, and maybe some users can view and can listen with stream later on my YouTube channel. I will upload this video later, so we will see if this idea of streaming is okay or is it a bad idea. So next question for this stream is designing UI for landscape and portrait. Tablet is coming. Okay, not just tablet, but landscape UI is quite useful for doing some actions and dynamic layout features and ideas. Okay, let's create a new project. Dynamic layout example. Okay, I will use the same sailor's hello template for showing, but I will not use this flickable, but I will show you how to create example dynamic layout using flow component. Flow component is using for dynamically place items inside an object. Depend on its properties like direction, flow enumeration, and other. And these items will be placed in order by default from left to right, and then from top to bottom. So you can see in this example many text items is placed in a flow, but actually it is not a text line, but it is a separate words flowing using this object. And using flow you can create a nice UI for dynamic layout. Let's allow this page to use portrait and landscape orientation. Actually I don't know how it will look with this VNC, and I will test it first. It is a layout orientations property. This way you can set which orientation this page can use, and it will use portrait and landscape orientations only. Okay, I will add a simple page header with a title. We need a identifier for this item, for this component. I will start it now just to test how landscape is showing inside this VNC window, to decide can I show you this example or not, because I never tried it actually using landscape mode. So I'm just rotating it, and okay, window is not rotating, but you can see it actually was rotate. Okay, I think is acceptable to understand things is actually working. So next part is adding flow and items which will be flowed. So first one, we will have a portrait orientation. In portrait orientation, I will want to show items from top to bottom. So we will have two colored rectangles. Sorry, we need to set initial width geometry to flow component to use a parent width. So it will take all the width of page, and the rectangle should have a width too, but it will not use any parenting properties, but it will use screen width, because you will show why I'm doing it. Set some height to it, let it be just 200, and it will be enough, and some color, let it will be yellow, and the second rectangle will be red. So now we have two rectangles, yellow and red, with a screen width and fixed height, and let's see what happened. We can actually set fixed height to it to use a screen height divided to 2. It will be better. Okay, you see a yellow rectangle, a red rectangle. Okay, you will not see any difference, because now it is not using orientation property actually to be layouted in a new order. So now we need to make them actually contain some label to see it actually rotate. because VNC is not rotating, and the second one here, and place it into center for parent. Okay, so we need to set here, okay. It's too bright, I'm sorry. I will use some transparent color. Okay. Okay, I see why it's not working, because I need to anchor top it to a header bottom. That's why I added it here. And we need to use a dynamic width property depend on page orientation. So if a page orientated in a portrait, we need to have this. We need to set width to these items to be a screen width. But if this page orientated to a landscape, we need to have it half of screen height. So page orientation is an integer property, and we can now it's orientated in a portrait and landscape using math operations. This means I'm using potato inverted portrait orientation, and if the sentence is false, we will use screen height divided to 2, and the same thing for second component. And we'll see how it's working. Okay, so you can see in a portrait we see these two items layouted vertically, so second item is placed under first item, and when we rotating phone, you will have a second item is placed right after first item. So you can use this layout for some menus, some lists. For example, in situation when you have in first area some static data, and in second area some list view data, and if you rotate it to landscape orientation, if you do not apply my code, you will see same situation. So second item is placed under first item, but first item will actually not be placed like this, but it will take a lot of space from top, and you actually will not have free space for a second item. And with this example, you can easily change the layout dynamically, and users will not hurt when rotate phone in landscape orientation, and can access this second area easily, and it will work as you need, and users of your application will think you are a good developer, so you're thinking about users, and because you're creating such a good application UI. This is a very easy example to use dynamic layouting using flow component, because it is not using any anchoring applet dynamically, because we actually can do the same thing without using flow component, but with using just with two rectangles as example, and depending on with this annotation we can place it to different location using unhost, for example unhost. For first item, top will be also set to header bottom always. Left will be set to parent left always, and right will be depend on orientation. In this example I will show you how not to use this checking, but just use parent is potato is landscape properties. Just if parent is potato, you will use a full page with property, and if it's landscape, you will use just half of it, and bottom we will not use in this example. We will just use a height property and set it also dynamically using page is potato property to page height half of page height in potato, or full page height in a landscape orientation, and similar we need for second component, second rectangle, which is green, but we need to set in this example right to parent right. So in each because in each orientation this item should be anchored to the right of the page, but in potato orientation top of this item should be anchored to this top rectangle, bottom line, and in landscape it should be anchored to header bottom line, and because right of this rectangle is anchored wrong, because I did some weird thing here. We do not need with encore, because it actually not encore, it is width. Okay, same width we need for second item, and I think it should be done. Okay, it's compiling. And it's working. So you can see the same thing we did with flow item, which is actually doing the same thing but automatically for each children's of itself. Layouting, it depends of its own width and on height also. We did the same thing manually using concourse properties to place items in a different locations using page orientation property is portrait. So you can see in portrait orientation this second item is placed on the first item, and if we rotate phone, this second item is placed now right after first item component. So this idea of creating flexible layouts can help you to create good application interfaces which can be very flexible and do not depend on some special device, do not depend on some special resolution of device you have, you're testing for, and any user of application which have some different device from you will not have any problems in using your application. So basic idea is not using any constant numbers for items geometry, for items width, height, but using system properties, system on course, not system on course, items on course properly. So in first example we used screen properties with height. So for each device it have own size, and on each device your application will look good. You know, SailfishOS is now actively porting to many various devices which have not the same resolution with YOLO, and you really need to think about users to create a scalable UI to make them feel comfortable when using your applications and be more professional in this development.